So I wanted to take a few minutes with this video to talk about 3 interesting PlayStation 5 stories, and if you could hit that like button on the video, thank you to those that do it, and as always, it's very much appreciated. Now, the stories I wanted to talk about today includes the story circulating about Sony buying Square Enix China this morning, PlayStation 5's price could be changing and not for the better, and Sony launches a new mobile controller that could point to bigger things. First, yes or no, do you game on your phone or not? This obviously relates to this new controller story Sony revealed yesterday, which is iOS only, by the way. But for this question, I just want to know if you game on mobile in general, iOS or Android, doesn't matter. I personally do, as you guys already know. I've mentioned this before, but of course, that's just me. What about you guys? So comment below, yes or no, if you game on your phone or not. Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the first story of the video, Sony's new controller. So yesterday, Sony announced the Backbone 1 PlayStation Edition controller, which I bought, by the way, and should hopefully be arriving here tomorrow. I won't be at home, so hopefully somebody doesn't steal it from the front door. You know, I can only wish for that. For people who don't know, Backbone has existed before this new PlayStation Edition. It seems many thought this was something new. Some people even thought this was a new PlayStation Portable, and I feel for you guys, I really do. You could already remote play off this thing before this announcement, and nothing seems to be changing with that. This new controller is just a branding deal for an already existing controller that I also already bought. I have the original Backbone controller. You could already remote play off that thing. You could do that for years now. But this PlayStation Edition does look pretty clean, especially that transparent PlayStation button section on the right side, which pushed me to get this more so. But I also, of course, obviously run a PlayStation channel, so why not? And, you know, for people who want my opinion on whether or not it's really worth it to spend the money on this thing, the controller is out now for purchase. It'll run you $100. And if you're looking for a great mobile controller in general, but the Backbone is the best one that I've seen. So put this PlayStation Edition to the side. The Backbone in general is the best mobile controller that I've personally seen. And in terms of bigger things moving forward, this seems to be the first step for Sony on their mobile division, because we've seen Sony hire for a PlayStation Mobile Studios division, and we've seen patents of Sony potentially creating their own controller, which I hope they still do, and integrate that with the PlayStation Network. And there's also the possibility of down the line, and I think it's already been confirmed, I have to look back at it, by Sony, that they're pushing their PlayStation IPs over to mobile. So while right now it seems to be streaming focused, maybe at some point in the near future, you'll be able to play new PlayStation IP games and maybe even ports of existing older PlayStation games, not necessarily like Returnal or something like that, but maybe an older PlayStation game, because these mobile devices are pretty strong at this point and pretty capable. So it'll be an interesting future to see where this goes. Now, diving into the second story of the video, Sony buys Square Enix China. So this was a whole thing this morning. A Chinese article from a stats company was making the round, stating that Sony has purchased Square Enix China for about $30 million. They have it labeled as 200 million Chinese yuan. Now, the confusing part here for people is why would Sony just buy Square Enix China alone? I heard they have cafe buildings over there to replicate what they have in Japan. I think they also have a mobile developer over there, but it's an extension of Square Enix in China. Why would that be the sole purchase when Sony clearly wants Square Enix Japan, the headquarters? They want Square Enix. There are theories that this is what they have to go through to purchase everything as a whole, and maybe that's why they haven't said anything about a potential buyout, because they're still purchasing out the rest of Square Enix or finalizing various pieces, etc. Regardless of the situation, we have Daniel Ahmed, whom we've covered on the channel before and is also an analyst in the Chinese market. He came out quickly to speak on this article, stating this on Twitter. This website uses an English language rumor article about Sony buying Square Enix from a few days ago as its source. He follows up that tweet with, in fact, it directly links to Jeff Grubb, the Jeff Grubb rumor as the source, so I'm blaming you for this. Obviously, blaming Jeff Grubb for this. Now, I've translated the article and I don't see the reference to the rumor, so maybe I'm missing something here that Daniel is seeing. But regardless, for now, based off of what we're hearing from Daniel here, let's put this on hold. put the story on hold, but also besides this story anyway, there was already smoke when it came to Sony buying Square Enix. It seems like it's only a matter of time. But you guys let me know if you think Sony has already bought Square Enix at this point or not. Let me know down in the comments below. And now diving into the final story of the video, the PlayStation 5 price change, which isn't a good story. Reading from Video Game Chronicle, Sony has refused to be drawn on whether current economic pressures could lead the company to increase the price of the PlayStation 5. In April, Sony raised the Japanese prices of a range of consumer electronics products, including some cameras, Blu-ray players, home theater systems, headphones, and speakers. It said the price revisions were made in light of the ongoing semiconductor shortage and other external factors that have caused the cost of raw materials, manufacturing, and distribution to increase. During its first quarter earnings call on Friday, today, Sony was asked whether it was considering increasing the PS5 price point in the face of similar market pressures. About a potential price increase for the PlayStation 5, at this point in time, there is nothing specific I can share with you about prices, came the response from Executive Deputy President and Chief Financial Officer Hiroki Totoki. So this is definitely worrying. This will hit hard if Sony doesn't figure out a way around this. Not only Sony, we just saw the Quest 2 Meta raise the Quest 2 prices, which was so confusing for me to see considering that's a 2-year-old product. But so is the PS5 later this year. It'll be a 2-year-old product then, and it's crazy. There are considerations of price increases and not decreases. I assume if Sony is being hit by this, so is Xbox, and maybe it's a wait of who goes first to increase their price to get all that initial hate from the fans. I'll have to wait to see how much of an increase this could be if it does happen. If it's $100 increase like the Quest 2, that's not going to go down well. But you guys let me know if you think the PS5 price will increase or not. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button, as it always helps. To subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with "It's been a great week." So we started off the week with me asking you guys to comment "It's a new week," you know, because there's a potential of Sony announcing different things throughout the week. And this week, Sony just went into overdrive for some reason. You know, we had the PlayStation VR 2 information on Tuesday, which I had to make a video for. And we also had the PlayStation Plus announcements that we got over there as well. And we also now have the PlayStation Beta that just went live yesterday. I downloaded it myself. Thank you to CBO 1990 on Twitter, who sent me that code. So everybody, you guys don't have to send me any more codes. I appreciate the love. You guys have pounded the codes over on my DMs on Twitter, and I love you guys for that. But for this, it's been a very busy week. Sony has, I don't know what was it about this week that Sony felt the need to drop all of this at once, but it's been a busy week. And if you agree with that, destroy the comment section with "It's been a great week," and I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do, because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.